Childhood should be a time of carefree innocence, but the sad reality is that many children live in fear and they don't feel safe in their surroundings. In an effort to keep these kids out of harm's way, many times they are placed in a temporary home or safe haven. It's a scary time for these children, but the court-appointed special advocates of Franklin County do their best to step in as guardians. And joining me with more on CASA is Executive Director Kathy Kerr. Kathy, welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you for having me.
I know you, so I know CASA, but there are many people who have never heard of your nonprofit organization. You work quietly and effectively in the background, but explain what it is that you do.
Well, CASA, as you said, stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. And what we do is we train community volunteers that want to be there for a child that's in the court system. Innocent, usually young children that are unfortunately taken out of their home environment because of abuse. It could be sexual, physical, mental abuse, neglect, or dependency. Somehow, Children's Services gets involved. They're in the system, and the Ohio law says that every juvenile in the system has to have a guardian appointed. And so what CASA does, we train these folks, volunteers, everyday ordinary citizens that want to give back to a child, are passionate about that.
But what's different is it's not like big brothers or big sisters. No. You are basically working within the court system.
Yes, our volunteers. The main thing they have to have is a passion to help children. 21, pass a background check, and have a passion for helping children. They go through an extensive training process of about 40 hours, and they're trained in court proceedings, childhood development, what to look for. They're trained by Franklin County Children's Services, prosecutors. After they're finished with that training, they become sworn officers of the court.
Wow.
Yeah. And then after that, when they're sworn in, they are assigned cases to be the guardian of that child from day one till the end of their case, which could be several years.
I was going to say, how long is the average case, Kathy?
Year and a half, 2 years. Usually these children are so abused or so damaged that when they when they get under the Franklin County Children's Services system and they're in the court system, the whole point of CASA is to train these volunteers that person becomes a consistent voice for that child from day one until they're placed in a permanent and safe home.
Give me an example of what kind of court proceedings would be involved in something like this.
Okay. When the cases are filed in court, the guardians are appointed by the court system. And so you either get a CASA, court-appointed special advocate, or a private attorney. And everybody's goal is to be there for that child. What's more involved is that the guardian will visit the child at home at least once a month, talk to the teachers, parents, family members, if they're sometimes doctors, counselors. The role of that guardian is to make sure that that child is in a safe environment, gets the services that the court has required, whether it's counseling or whatever services that child may need.
Because if people don't follow through, sometimes they will, as they say, get lost in the cracks, and they'll miss out on things that they're supposed to be getting.
Yes, there are about 4,000 children a year under Franklin County Children's Services and in the court system. CASA helps about 800 children a year. So it's only about 23 or 25% that we can reach. Again, the others have private attorneys, they're all wonderful. Statistics show that CASAs usually spend more time with the child. The child is in foster care a fewer amount of years. They have less problems at school. And I tell you, when the judges or magistrates, you go to court, and when the judge or magistrate looks at you, he knows you as the guardian probably know more about that child than anyone in the room.
And if you had more volunteers, you could have more kids have somebody with the guardian of the court. And I know we've had your phone number up there, and you would love to outreach to other people if they'd want to volunteer.
Absolutely. Our goal is to be able to provide a guardian for every one of the children. that are in Franklin County court system. And anyone that's listening that would like to be a volunteer to help a child, please give our office a call or go to casacolumbus.org, C-A-S-A Columbus.org. You'll be able to see everything that about the training, what we provide. There's no better feeling than giving back to children.
And there's no better time. It's the new year if you're looking to volunteer. Kathy, thank you. And I want to let everyone know that information is on our website as well. So
yes.
Thank you very much for sharing the story of CASA with our viewers.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.